Ok, gracias. Hola, ¿cómo están? Aquí está Lucy. Espero que tengan un buen día. I hope that you have a super good day. This video, and probably you have noticed that in all the videos, I say video. Remember that our V, we don't pronounce it so much, especially when you come from countries from Latin America, from the Caribbean, like Venezuela, Colombia, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico. Then Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but when I'm talking about La República Dominicana, Dominican Republic, we tend to Cuba, right? We got that. We don't pronounce the V, right? We say B. Okay, so this video here is going to kind of summary some of the things that we have seen in the previous video. Because there are some things that it is better if we review it again. Because I know that once that you study and did that exercise and activities, you probably now have more questions because you have doing some of those. And then that is great. So one of the things that we're going to do is that besides using questions, asking word, remember when we're talking about dónde, cómo, quién, cuál, right? All of those are what we call question, right? Question asking words. Sometimes, right, we need to make sure what is the difference when we're talking about a statement. For example, here we got a statement. We say, Carlos is the subject, estudia is the verb, en la biblioteca. Remember how at the beginning we start working in little words, and then little by little we start like writing sentences. So now you know that la means there, and es biblioteca, and biblioteca is a feminine word, NNA, and es la biblioteca. So Carlos estudia en la biblioteca. So this is a statement. So how we will do with this if we wanted to change it into a question, right? So we're going to just go and say, estudia Carlos en la biblioteca. So the only thing we did here was just switch. We switch the verb and put it first, and then we put the noun, in this case is Carlos, and we put a second. So we just switch these two words, the verb first, and then the subject. And of course, then we have to put this question mark, right? At the beginning and at the end. In Espanol, we use it too, the beginning at the end. So, estudia Carlos en la biblioteca. Did you notice that little inflation there? Versus saying, Carlos estudia en la biblioteca. That's an statement. So this question is what we call yes or no question. Because either you're going to say sí, Carlos estudia en la biblioteca, or no, Carlos no estudia en la biblioteca. When we want to make a sentence and deny the sentence, we're always going to put the no in front of the verb. Then we go to the next one, and you see we can use the sí. And sí can be used for a one-word affirmative answer, yes. So sí means yes. Like in my case, many times I say yes. But it's because that's the way how we pronounce it in Espanol, because we say yo. So the accent tends to just come with me. And that's what happens when you speak another language. And it's not your native language. If you learn it when you are a kid, when you are very young, then of course you won't have the accent, almost nothing. But if you learn it when you are an adult, then the chances are you're going to have an accent. Some people will have more than others according to their age, where they learn it, and all these things. No can be used as a one-word negative answer. Sí, Carlos estudia. No, Carlos no estudia. And we have double negative because we say no twice. But now that is when you answer a question. If you're just making a statement, you just need one no. Carlos no estudia. And that's it. That's the only thing you will need. So to negate an affirmative sentence, no is placed before the conjugated verb. Remember, the verb is the one who do the action. What is he doing? Carlos estudia. What is he doing? Carlos baila. What is he doing? Carlos trabaja. So the verb is the one who say the action. Muy bien. So we say Carlos no habla inglés. Notice that the no is in front of the verb. And that happens with any person that you're using, any subject. I can say Carlos y María no hablan inglés. Yo no hablo inglés. Ellos no hablan inglés. Notice how my verb is going to be changing according to the subject I got. Preguntas y respuestas. So preguntas is questions y respuestas is answers. So preguntas y respuestas. When answering question, pay attention to the verb form. We just were talking about that a minute ago. The verb form in the answer will be based on the question, right? So a minute ago, I was just talking to you about this. If the question is asked of you, the answer is in the I form. And I think these two are the hardest one because when somebody say, estudias en la universidad, they asking you. So, of course, you're going to answer, sí, yo estudio en la universidad. So, I need to change the form of the verb because I'm the one who's answering now. Versus if I'm talking about, does Maria play piano? Yes, Maria plays piano. I don't have to change it. Sí, María toca el piano. ¿Toca María el piano? Sí, María toca el piano. I don't have to change it because it's about her. It's about them. It's about somebody else, and it's going to stay the same. But when I'm talking about you, you have to answer I. And when I'm talking about you all in the plural form, you're going to have to ask we. Do you? Yes, we do. Okay? So every sentence answer must have a subject and a verb. And this is very important because sometimes it's very normal that people confuse all the elements of the grammar. And they say things like, mi trabajar. It's not mi trabajar, it's yo trabajo. Mi is a different part of the grammar that got another function. And now we're going to talk about questions and answers. Questions and answer. Do you remember how you say question in español? Pregunta, pregunta. And do you remember how you say answer? Anybody? Respuesta, respuesta. So, yo, the answer is tú. Usted. So, yo estudio yo español. Then you will say, sí, tú estudias español. If I say tú, you're going to answer you. Yo. I'm sorry, yo. ¿Estudias tú español? Do you study Spanish? And you're going to answer, sí. Yo estudio español. I study Spanish. Él and ella, he and she, notice that will stay the same. Usted, you're going to go back to yo. Nosotros is we. You're going to say ustedes. Is we say, hey, are we going to the bookstore? Yes, you are going to the bookstore. Right? So those are the ones that you have to pay attention. Vosotros, I put it there even though we don't use it as much, but then you will still answer nosotros. And then ellos, ellas will be the same, and ustedes will be nosotros. ¿Ustedes bailan? Sí, Nosotros bailamos. So really the ones that you have to pay attention is when they ask you about you or you all. So, yo, tú o usted, tú es yo, usted es yo, right? When we're talking about nosotros, you say ustedes. And when we're talking about ustedes, you say nosotros. Here, when they say nosotros, are we going? Then you can say yes. You are going, or you can include yourself. That's why you got the nosotros here, in case that sounds a little bit confusing to you. ¿Te gusta tocar? Do you remember that? We saw that a while ago. And it's, do you like to play? To play what? Remember, tocar means to play an instrument. And after gusta, always the verb is going to be in an infinitive form. This is the infinitive form. Tocar, to play. When we conjugate it, when we start like, yo toco, tú tocas, okay? Like here. ¿Tocas la guitarra? ¿Tocas un instrumento musical? ¿Tocas el piano? ¿Tocas la trompeta? ¿Te gusta buscar en la red? ¿Dónde buscas los libros? Remember the verb buscar? To look for. To look for. ¿Qué buscas en la librería? Yo busco un libro. ¿Dónde buscas los libros? Yo busco los libros en la librería. So always when I give you this exercise, trying to answer mentally or you just saying aloud. So you can hear yourself with the pronunciation and at the same time you can check, if you understand how to make it happen. Also, you can write it down. But when we just look something, we really say, okay, we got it. But do we really? That's when you're going to have to write it, say it, in order to make sure that you really understand it. ¿Qué buscas en la universidad? Yo busco. Buscas un compañero de cuarto. Compañero de cuarto es a roommate. Compañero de clase es a classmate. Compañero de trabajo es a coworker. So, compañero es a mate. Muy bien, ¿te gusta bailar? Again, ¿te gusta plus bailar? ¿Bailas en la cafetería? Sí, bailo en la cafetería. Again, trying to answer these questions, or please get a pencil and paper and trying to see if you can make it happen. ¿Bailas en la biblioteca? Sí. ¿O no? Yo no bailo en la biblioteca. ¿Dónde bailas? Notice that ¿dónde bailas? Is a question that you cannot just go by yes or no. Like these two, you can say yes or no. But ¿dónde bailas? Where do you dance? Yo bailo en mi casa. You have to really give an answer besides just saying yes or no. ¿Bailas en una fiesta? Okay, that's a yes or no question. Sí, bailo en una fiesta. O no bailo en una fiesta. ¿Bailas con amigos o solo? Solo means alone. ¿Bailas con amigos o solo? Okay, I'm waiting to see if you can answer this question. If you can answer this, I think we are start getting in good shape. ¿Bailas la salsa, la cumbia? Salsa and cumbia are two musical rhythms that we dance a lot in Latin America. Okay, cumbia. There is a kind of cumbia that is danced a lot in Mexico, and there is another kind of cumbia that is a little bit different that is danced in Colombia. And la salsa is danced everywhere, but it's really, something that people love to do. Many people, think salsa is something that you eat, but la salsa is the music. Like Mark Anthony, he do a really good music about salsa. Celia Cruz, somebody from Cuba who is not here anymore with us. She died a while ago, but she's an awesome artist. Celia Cruz. You can just Google her and check out her music. Mark Anthony also do, like I said before, really great music about salsa.